Before that video, I saw a headline somewhere that the Super Eagles were chased out of the gym. I felt the headline was harsh. I don't know, but I went to read the story, and I saw something happened between them and the Eko Hotel management. Now, the last time it was the Super Falcons in the train with the whole mess and everything. Now it is the Super Eagles in Nigeria, in their country, in the gym. I don't know if you have an exclusive information about what happened, what went down at Eko Hotel yesterday, because the videos I watched, even the Joseph Yobo, who was calm, was livid on that video. So what happened? Because while the whole melee was going on, the players were using the gym. There were players in the background still using the gym facilities and all that. So what do if you have the information, tell us what happened at Eko Hotel.
It's actually a bad customer service by Eko Hotel management. So the MD, who's the white guy that was there, is a Greek guy also, that was raising his voice. At first, what he came there to do is a miscommunication anyway. What he came there to do was to call the staff and tell them that, what was the schedule like, because he didn't have it. He didn't have the schedule. Another problem that the man also didn't check properly, and it's bottom line, poor customer service. That's the way it is. It is exactly what it is. Poor customer service from the management of Eko Hotel. So the MD came and was asking the customer, the workers, to leave that place that they're supposed to be working, but they are busy snapping pictures and hanging around people in the gym. They know that it was a national team. And then on the other hand, I think he got complaints from other occupants of the hotel that they want to use the gym, but they can't get access to it. And the man came and was not shouting at his workers. This was where the problem is. He was shouting at his workers, but was using curse language, the F word, insulting them, but was raising his voice. So I think Patrick Pascal, who is the team coordinator of the Super Eagles, walked up to him and was like, "We're having our training here, you're distracting us." And lack of common sense, he shouted at him. Patrick Pascal is not a pushover. I mean, he's a man mountain. He's a giant of his own. You don't come to my home. I'm paying. The Super Eagles are occupying about 40 rooms in the hotel. So let's even go with the story that some people are trying to sell, and it doesn't make sense. And that's why I said Nigerians behave like Afghanistans. One day we will run down this country with this our bad behavior. Then we would understand. Some of us go tally plane, we go jump on top of plane, try to escape. But you see, the thing is, I am taking about 40 rooms, over 30 rooms in your hotel. I have only 14 players that are going to use the gym. So even if you're scheduling the gym, based on rooms, not based on players, you can't determine based on players. What if the over 30 rooms that I have, everybody wants to use the gym? You are going to schedule and consider us. Then there's something called priority in hospitality business. This is the national team of Nigeria, meaning that our arrival at your hotel will bring you more guests, because there are agents, like it or not, there are agents that are going to be settled there. I have a room for 3 days in Eko Hotel. The only reason I have that room for 3 days in Eko Hotel is because the Super Eagles are around. I'm not going to go pay 150,000 naira a day for 3 days. That's 450,000, plus the fact that I will eat, plus the fact that I'll pay transportation going and coming. Okay, I'm not going to drive, plus all of the other things that I would do. It's because the Super Eagles are there. And you didn't consider all of that. You didn't even check who was in the gym, and then you're raising your voice. That, for me, is bad customer service, bad manners, and the normal thing that we normally accept in Nigeria, where once somebody have a white skin, we think that they are allowed to come here and treat us badly. We've seen video of during the early stage of the construction of the Dangote refinery, of some stupid Chinese persons using rod to flog Nigerians. We've seen Lebanese people flog Nigerians with cane because they came late to work in this country, and we blame them, we blame the Nigerians, and try to take side with these foreigners. That was poor customer service from Eko Hotel. That's one. Secondly, Eko Hotel pride itself as a 5-star hotel. I wouldn't rate Eko Hotel beyond 1.5 star anyway, but they pride themselves as a 5-star hotel. How does a 5-star hotel continue building high-rise, building facility without expanding on the other needed facilities like this? Eko Hotel still have just one swimming pool up until this very minute as we speak, and that for me it's sad, very, very sad when you talk about how these things work. We've grown past that stage of having to deal with facilities like that. But hey, what am I going to say? This is Nigeria. We accept anything and everything, and we think it is okay, which is really, really not okay. But hey, that's who we are. But let me tell you the truth is that is wrong, and let's call it wrong. The management of Eko Hotel, whether it's miscommunication, misunderstanding, whatever it is, the management of Eko Hotel are to blame. Then I've also seen a lot of Nigerians come up with this theory. We're supposed to have a national camp. We're supposed to have a national facility where the team trains. Come on, guys.
I was about to, bring that in because before this international break, Leon Balogun was, how the story of Leon Balogun. So, a lot of us felt this proves him right. You should have a national camp where the Super Eagles won't be distracted, and they have their own facilities. I mean, compared to other countries that have, we've seen Morocco on training pitch, they have their own facilities and all that. So, a lot of this talk where it's surfacing, back on the media and online, a lot of people came out as well to say maybe the NFF is to blame. They didn't, some people came out to say it's payment. They didn't they didn't schedule the hotel for the Super Eagles. They didn't have the exclusive rights. So I was like, we don't know what happened yet. Let's know what the issue is. Before we come to some certain conclusion. I understand where everybody's coming from. Things are not we don't have facilities, the way the football is being run. I understand the complaints from people, but at times let's get information before we speculate on some certain situations. So that's why I put it to you. I believe you have one or two exclusive information about what went down at Eko Hotel yesterday.
Like I said before, and I'm going to say again, it still comes down to the issue of miscommunication, misunderstanding, but poor attitude, poor business management from the management of Eko Hotel. The people who say that the Super Eagles did not book the Eko Hotel or they didn't have plans for the Eko Hotel, are they listening to themselves at all? Like, can they even hear themselves when they speak? Do people think? So, Super Eagles flew from all over the world. Eko Hotel management gave them access to about 40 rooms in a business. Then Eko Hotel must be running a sham. You gave them room. That's not the first day. Gonna try have been in Eko Hotel since last week, Wednesday or Thursday night. They used the same
facilities the last time.
They've used the facility before. It's not new. They have keys. In Eko Hotel, if you don't have your key, you can't even access the lift, not to talk of your room. They have keys. They have rooms. You're telling me that people who have access to 40 or over 30 rooms do not have access to use hotel? Like, you think about it now. Let's even leave all this, whether somebody have exclusive or doesn't have exclusive. Let's do mathematics. Let's do simple mathematics. The hotel, let's say the hotel have 100 rooms. Hypothetically, I don't know the total number of rooms that they have because there's the old Eko Hotel and then there's signature. So I don't have the total number of rooms that they have. But I've stayed in Eko Hotel many times. Eko Hotel offers you complimentary breakfast. And a whole lot. And Eko Hotel, for the times that I've stayed there, Eko Hotel does not coordinate how you go for the breakfast, because I've gone there with my kids, I've gone there with my workers, my staff, my producer will tell you pay with us at Eko Hotel. Yeah. Good. They don't coordinate and say, oh, this number of people from this time to this time will go for breakfast. It is a mad rush. It's a mad ass. It's like going to a Idumota to go and buy things. It's survival for the fittest. For somebody that is paying for it. I lived in Verona, stay in Brazil, in Rio, for the 5 weeks that I was in Brazil, shuttling different places. One of the things that I noticed was how organized the place was. At every given time, you are scheduled to, they even come to know what time are you going out, so that you can be in the early side of people that come for breakfast if you want a breakfast, or you want your breakfast served to your room at no extra cost. But these people, they practically run business just because so that they can gather money. So they do things that they shouldn't even be doing in the first place. So you gave out 30 rooms to the Eagles. You provide them with the keys to their room. They have time to come to the gym. Now, the team is the major focus for training using the gym is the 14 players that were in camp. So let's say I have 30 rooms, and let's do the mathematics. And you are scheduling the gym among other people. Should Eko Hotel be scheduling the gym? Why is anybody not asking that question? Now we're going into the conversation of, oh, Leon Balogun said we should. See, listen, how many countries have national facilities? Not all countries. In Africa, only like 4. There are 54 countries in Africa. Only like 4 or 5, not up to 10. Good. In Europe too, not all countries have national training facilities. In Nigeria, the way Nigeria operates right now, where would you situate the training camp of the Eagles? Would you have an APC government in power and you go and build the training camp of the Eagles in a state that is predominantly PDP? Or would you have PDP government in power and go and put it in a state that is predominantly ABGA? Think about all of that. We also should understand that we are a developing country. We are not an advanced country yet. So when we think about that as a factor, the Super Eagles also is an economic grower. So when you move the Super Eagles from Uyo to Abuja to Lagos, you are also helping to grow east of this economy. The Lagos waterways was put in a good spotlight because of the Super Eagles. People not talking about traveling and avoiding those traffic until the Super Eagles came and used it. So that's a plus for the Nigerian economy. Everybody should design things based on their own resources and national economy. I should not design Nigeria based on what they do in England or based on what they do in America or based on what they do in Italy. America that have one of the best training facilities, have they won the Football World Cup? No. England that have the best training facility, have they produced world-class players? No. So it's not about the training facility, it's about what is right. The incident of yesterday is bad customer service from Eko Hotel. Let's call it what it is. Let's not lump up Leon Balogun's interview and lump up all the things that we've been bitter about. That's what Afghanistan people did 26 years ago, that they are suffering the result today. We shouldn't be those kind of people. The way I was trained in analysis is deal with each issue on their individual merit. This incident that happened at Eko Hotel is at fault. Let's call it what it is. Poor management, greedy management who take money from people without checking the facility that they have. It will accommodate everybody, and now I'm using it. You want to force me to run? Come on, this is a national team. We have the right to use the gym. We paid for your hotel. We're staying there. Even if we're staying on credit, the fact that you gave us key and give us access means that we will pay today or tomorrow. And I'm talking about credit. Everybody who credit. America is owing China over $2 trillion. So let's not even bring that one. And I'm not sure we are owing. But bringing that conversation, it doesn't even hold water. Eko Hotel exhibited poor management, bad management that is, evident in most of the things that we do. I went to Dubai. I flew Emirates to Dubai, and I was supposed to transit. Due to the fault of the airline, I missed my flight. They provide me a chauffeur-driven car, provide me a hotel, take care of my feeding and everything, and the next morning again came with a chauffeur-driven car to come take me to the VIP lounge in the airport and then flew me to my destination. If that happens in Nigeria, me and Kalajaye were in Abuja, an airline, without sending us a message, without any information, we got to the airport, they were not flying. Their plane could not fly from Enugu to Abuja. We were supposed to come back that night. We had to take another Uber to go look for a hotel, sleep in the hotel, pay for food, pay for everything. The next day, we came back again to fly back to Lagos. Nobody catered for us. If we create a scene, people will say, "Oh, Nigeria." No, that business, that company was the problem. I've forgotten the name of the airline. I can't remember now. That company was that was the problem. It's not a Nigerian thing, because some other people, Akwa Ibom Air and some other airlines are doing good business and are treating their customers very well. So my point here is Eko Hotel goofed. We should call it what it is. There's no mindset what about it. They goofed. They whether they overbooked their hotel, whether they do whatever they did, but they goofed. And this one has nothing to do with Nigerian football. It has nothing to do with the NFF. It has nothing to do with Super Eagles or anything. It's just plain bad customer service. And no matter how angry you are, should you be using curse word on your customers? Let's even go there. Should you be using curse word on your customer? Because we live in a country where we give right to these light skin colored people that they come to Nigeria. People who cannot get a job in their country come to Nigeria and they get one kind exotic job, and then we begin to treat them like they are demigods. No, the MD of Eko Hotel goofed. Let's call it what it is. We shouldn't be in our country and be afraid to tell people that we'll be afraid to tell our own leaders that they are wrong. We'll also be afraid to tell an outsider that man goofed though. I better slap. I don't know why they're not breaking nose. Let's go to court. Let's sue us for assault. Breaking nose. So that you go know, say when you talk to Nigerians, you talk to Nigerians with some level of respect.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.